What in the World is aux Meadows? Written and edited by Dr. Austin Marden, Jessica Jutras, Hana Reda, Christina Nguyen, Raina K. Naik, Alex Hauser, Lydia Soshin, Aya Noor Nedi, Gloria Wang, and Zarish Jawad. Narrated by Hannah Hubley. Chapter 8. aux Meadows. Questions We Are Still Asking by Christina Nguyen. aux Meadows is a little-known National Historic Site in Canada, located at the northern tip of Newfoundland. Archaeological digs on the site prove that the Vikings, who arrived from Scandinavia, were the first Europeans to explore the North American continental surface. In this paper, I discuss what we already know, and what we want to know in the future relating to the historical site in aux Meadows. A glimpse into what we have found so far. In the 1960s, Norwegian explorer Helge Ingstad began to focus his attention on Newfoundland's northernmost tip, where a little fishing community called aux Meadows existed. Earlier authors and researchers, particularly W.A. Munn, who issued a pamphlet on his theories in 1914 that was reprinted numerous times, influenced Ingstad. Ingstad and his wife Stein, an archaeologist, conducted successful excavations at aux Meadows from 1961 to 1968, using information gleaned from previous researchers who had passed the site. A smithy, or blacksmith working area, where the Vikings manufactured iron from sod, a type of ground with grass growing upon on, and fashioned it into rivets and other rudimentary and functional artifacts was uncovered, as well as several Nordic turf dwellings built for diverse purposes. The Canadian Parks Service continued to excavate the site in the 1970s, mostly under the guidance of archaeologist Brigitta Wallace. A museum was established on the historical site, which houses some of the unearthed relics and has become a popular tourist destination. In a recent book, Wallace discussed the aux Meadows investigation. Helge Ingstad believed he had discovered the one and only Vinland and saw no reason to look for it elsewhere. In terms of this being the definitive Vinland, of Scandinavian mythical proportions, just a few, example given, Ingstad, Ledger, and Wallace, academics agree with him. A butternut tree discovered during the excavations at aux Meadows could be one of the archaeological pieces of evidence indicating the Nordic people traveled further afield. However, butternut trees do not grow north of New Brunswick. It is also possible that the single butternut came with a migrating bird. Ingstad struggled with the name Vinland as well. New Brunswick also has the northernmost location for wild grapes. Ingstad initially assumed that the region had been named after other Newfoundland berries. Later, he accepted the theory that Vinland was in reality Vinland, the mythological location described in sagas, as detailed by a Swedish professor, Sven Soderberg, in a lecture delivered in 1898, and published in a newspaper article in 1910. Vin means pasture or grassland in Old Norse. The term appears in a number of Nordic place names, including Bjorgvin, which is currently Bergen in modern-day Norway. Ingstad was persuaded for the rest of his life that the region was named Vinland in honor of the huge grassland of aux Meadows. However, plenty of linguists have challenged it with secure proofs like Einar Haugen, thinking that Vinland did not exist in the same place that Soderberg had identified. All of Norway's Vin place names date from before Iceland's founding, and there is no Vin in the modern names of Iceland or Greenland. Icelanders have never mixed up the letters I and N, Vin and Vin. The word Vinland, Wineland, has deep roots in Icelandic culture and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?